Good morning to you and to me. Okay, it's 9 in the morning and today they're forecasting a lot of rain, so until like 11 o'clock I'm gonna try to get as much stuff done. And the stuff that needs to be done today is, first of all, finish mapping those beds over there. So I think maybe 5 more beds should be enough. That's number one. Number two, number two. Oh my god, you're so crazy. Number two, bring some compost from the back and spread the tiny piece of amount of leftover manure that I have over there, and kind of fill up the beds with some kind of soil, thin layer. And then I'll open up this big bed bale and just do this, what I've done before, fill everything up, because I need to finish project. Basically, I got my military wool sweater to keep me warm, and yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of work. Monday is my deadline to start the seeds, so I would really like, windy, I'd really like Monday to actually start the fun part. Let me get a bit inside. To start the fun part of the gardening process, which is seed starting. It's middle of April here where I am now, so it's prime time to actually start the seeds. Also, the greenhouse is up. That means that I have a medium for them to keep warm and to develop until middle of May, when I'm going to be able to actually plant them and transplant them outside. So fun times are coming. Can't wait to actually plant the thousands upon thousands of varieties that I have. With that being said, I will get to work and stop babbling, because a storm is brewing and I got stuff to do. See you probably at the end of the day. It's about 1 o'clock, but the only thing that I was able to do was to finish the beds, mapping the beds. The wind is insane. It's like 35 kilometers per hour. It's quite windy, and it's about 1 degree Celsius, but because of the wind it feels like -5. And I really don't have a heating source here in the garden. It took 5 hours to do something that would normally take about 1 hour, and that something is this. So I basically finished mapping all of the beds. I've done all I could to make it as efficient as possible, especially under the trees. I tried to organize them in such a way, like for example that one, initially I wanted to do all of them like this, but I saw that there's a possibility with SunCalc. I'm using this application called SunCalc to tell me exactly where the sun is shining throughout the year, based on the month, based on the hour, based on everything, on the geolocation. So yeah, all these beds are planned with SunCalc app, and they're planned for the most exposure to the sunlight, especially with the tree foliage that's coming through. So yeah, this is what I've done. There's still some touch-ups that I need to do here and there. Maybe spread a bit more the wood chip. I don't know, there's things to do, but my brain is frozen and I don't want to get in Mother Nature's way. She knows what she needs to do. She's gonna put about 3 inches of water, of rain, in the next hour or so, so I don't want to get caught in that. That's what the forecast says, and the forecast hasn't been wrong today, which is a miracle. Everything the forecast said has happened at exactly those minutes and hours. So I'm just gonna get out of the way, let her do her thing. It's good that I've done at least finished mapping the beds, so now I can I'll just go home and go through the seeds and plant, because next week I'm gonna plant the seeds, and based on how many beds I have mapped, like main beds, then I can kind of calculate how many plants, how many this and that, plus all the unmapped beds, like all the back area. As expected, today it's a very sunny, bright day, like that sunny. Boop, 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 boop. Plan for today is to just do this: fill the beds with compost and soil from out back and a bit of the manure that I still have, and then get hay on them, sorry, not hay, straw from that bale, and do this to all of the beds. 36 main beds, which is fantastic because then there's so many other places where I'm going to be planting stuff. So I'm happy with 36, and hopefully this is going to be like the main beds from now on. The rotation of the crops is going to happen so that the beds are not like monocropped, but I would like to keep them like this over the next couple of years. So good job. From Monday it's planting time, and I would like to, you know, finish one thing before I start another one. Some things I'll plant directly sow, and some things I'll start in the greenhouse. I think by the time I'm done with the beds, most of the straw from the greenhouse is going to be depleted, and just enough straw left. Let me get out of the sun so you guys can see something. And most of the straw is going to be used, and enough is going to be left just for mushroom growing. This is one of the few bright days, and I want to get as much done as possible. Just found this bucket full of broken glass in the middle of the freaking compost pile. I mean, there were only like maybe 7 or 8 pieces of glass around the bucket perimeter, but come on, glass doesn't compost. You can recycle glass, and that's why at the beginning of the garden complex there's a bin where you can freaking recycle glass. Almost halfway, yeah, through the filling of the beds with soil. I think it's lunchtime. I'll do one more wheelbarrow and I'll take a break. My arms are starting to give me notice. So it's almost 8 p.m. I have finished. The weather was fussy today, and up until like 4 o'clock he didn't really want to play nice. It was showering every couple of like every 10-15 minutes, just like Thursday. It was just this dance of get in, wait for the shower to go, get out and work for 5 minutes, and then the rain would come again. I learned something today, not to underestimate the time needed for agricultural work. I mean, I know it's the first time I'm doing this, but boy, were my expectations not matched. But I've done everything that I set up to do. So once the temperature and the weather stabilized, I said I'm gonna just put a long day in and finish, because Monday I want to start fresh with planting the seeds. So basically all 36 or 37, I don't remember exactly, rows are covered with soaked straw, apart from this and this, and I've left them opened or uncovered on purpose, because they're gonna be the 2 more potato rows. Monica went to the farmer's market today and bought 2 more varieties of potato seeds, or seed potatoes, so I've left it on purpose like this. Once I planted my potatoes on Monday, I will cover them as well. Apart from that, this is it. Wood chips in between, straw on top. All the beds are done. I mean, these last ones, my energy level was dropping so much, and you know, that inner voice, do it tomorrow is another day. And I said, fuck you, brain, I am in control. If I want to finish today, I'll finish today. This is it. There's 2 more beds here that I need to kind of map out, and just put wood chips in between, and that's it. But I need to take this straw and put it in the greenhouse over there. You can see the sun going down, and the moon. Can you even see that? And the moon is... Am I filming the moon or what? Anyway, there's the moon over there. So when I came in the morning around 8 o'clock, the sun was there. Now the moon is there and the sun is there. Anyway, thought it was a nice thing to share with you guys. I'm not gonna underestimate this anymore, but also I know this is it. This is the initial heavy investment in time and money, and then I'm just gonna maintain it. Funny thing though, yesterday when I was filling the beds with compost from the back, I didn't take the camera again and again, because I ended up I think loading around 60 wheelbarrows. As I was digging through the compost pile, which by the way, thank you very much, previous owner, compost was exquisite, I found a mole nest. I think there were like 4 or 5 babies, and they were maybe 1 or 2 days old. They were so pink, they didn't even have fuzz on them, and I kind of panicked. I didn't even count them properly because they were falling, so I rebuilt the nest as best as I could, and I don't know, it was so... I don't have words for it. It made my heart so big to be in so close proximity to nature and to the life over there, because we had, when we bought this place, there were quite a lot of mountains, mounds when they come up, and all the neighbors were complaining about how destructive they are. And the thing is, they're not destructive. They're aerating your soil, and they're eating the excess earthworms, because that's their main diet, that's their main staple. So they're keeping the earthworm population under control, and they're making holes underground so that when it rains, you can infiltrate high amounts of water that then your plants can use later on. So everything in nature has a purpose. And when I saw those babies, I don't know, it was a magical moment. Just want to share with you guys. I keep seeing all of this, like life coming around me, maybe not me, just around the garden. Today I was planting the cornelian cherry and the hazelnut in the back, because I kind of want to grow a lot of stuff over there next to the back fence and make a windbreak. Have straw in my mouth, and just like nonchalantly a wild bunny just hop 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 hop. He stopped, he looked at me while I was planting the thingy. I said hi. He had the most massive ears that I've ever seen on a bunny. It's like almost half a meter. Of course I'm exaggerating, but like that's how it looked to me. And then he kept hopping back on its pathway to the forest, which is that way. I love these things. It's better than I expected. It's better than I dreamed. I love to see life like that. And also the North European squirrel, the one with the like long fluffy ears that look like a elf or something like that, got one going around the fence every day, back and forth. I think it has a nest somewhere over there, but it's going to the forest, which is that way, to forage and, you know, provide for its family. It's nesting season now. I think it's a lot of the mammals and a lot of the life around here has babies. So yeah, I stopped after that. I stopped using the compost from the pile because I didn't want to disturb the nest even more. So it's kind of good that it happened towards the end of the day when I was almost finished. So for the last beds I just took some soil from that part, and you can actually see in an L shape how I removed the topsoil from the corners, because that's gonna have to be raked in, and that's where I'm gonna plant the corn, the beans, and the pumpkin or squash, you know, the three sisters. So it wasn't like such a big deal. But yeah, that's the pathway where the bunny was going to the forest, and on that fence is where the squirrel is coming. It's kind of, I mean, it's fine. I wanted to say it's crappy that they don't come closer in, but I mean, they're afraid. Humans, you know, we're so destructive and probably scary to them. So yeah, hopefully I'll make a connection with them, a relationship with them, and yeah, need to become Dr. Dolittle and speak to them. Maybe if I speak their language, they're gonna be more friendly to me, which they are. They weren't aggressive or anything. Anyway, I'm rambling now because I'm tired, so I'll head out. It's getting really chilly now. Thank you very much. See you next time.